I tried it all. Started multiple businesses, dabbled in freelancing, even reinvested my entire alawi. I was thinking, financial freedom, here I come. Do you think that worked? Plot twist, I stopped every single one. And not because I wanted to. Here's what nobody tells you. Making money, that's step one. But keeping it, scaling it, when things don't go well, still persevering.
That's the struggle.
So what really happened? Did I make money? What went wrong? What would I do differently? I always thought making money was going to be a breeze. I've always been more of an entrepreneurial person. I've learned that from my mom running businesses. So I started several businesses. And I thought I'll just launch the business, market, and I'll start making money. Money will start coming in and everything will be good. It will last for years, everything will be fine, I'll get bigger and all that. Well, that was far from my reality. It was a roller coaster of inconsistent earning, long hours working on something, more challenges than I even imagined. But trust me, there's money online. So you just need to be more strategic and avoid the mistakes I made. So let's talk about how I started. I launched my first business in 2017. It's so crazy to think about that. 2017 it feels like such a long time ago. So my first business, I was selling halal nail polish right now, but I love my nails so much. And I just wanted cute ways that ladies, Muslim ladies, could paint their nails. And I discovered this halal nail polish. So I started importing it and I started marketing it. So that was what I started with in 2017. And it was going well because it was a new product. People didn't really know about the product. So it was like new to the Nigerian market. So a lot of people had interest in it. So that was doing well. Later in the year, I introduced scarves to it because it's the same audience. I'm selling this to Muslim ladies, so scarf makes sense. What made the nail polish stand out from regular nail polish is that it is water permeable, which means water can go through the nail polish, which is a criteria for Muslim ladies. When we want to pray and we perform ablution, water must be able to touch our nails. So that was the selling point of that particular nail polish. What water could go through it. And if you want to take it off, you just need to rub your hands under water for some minutes and it will peel off. So it was very easy. So as expected, it did well. I added scarves. I was selling I was shipping goods to different states in Nigeria. I was mainly marketing on Instagram, so it was everything was going well. Some I'll just pay for ads. Sometimes people find the page organically. When I run out of stock, I order new one. But juggling school, because I think I was in my final year at this point. No, not final year. What am I saying? I was in school, not final year. But juggling school and doing this also, it wasn't easy. So I wasn't mainly focused on the business side of things because I didn't really have time. My priority was school and trying to survive in school. So this was more of a side thing. And it honestly just became too much because the kind of marketing I would need to sell nail polish, I didn't have the time to put in that effort. Because now I'm thinking about it. If I want to sell nail polish now, well, I need people that I need to paint my nails. I need to paint people's nails, decorate it, make it aesthetic, show the process of taking it off to show that it is water permeable, show the different ranges. I just didn't have that time to put in it. All I had was pictures of the products, and I think that was not enough. And it was just a lot. So I think I just ended up stopping and I just had some stock left. I think I still even have some, and I think I gave out the ones I had left. I just decided to stop and just focus on school. In 2019, I also sold perfumes, body mist perfume, jewelry, but this wasn't online, so I'm not really talking about it. It was just a spare thing to just bring in income at that time, so I'm not really focused on that. The next business I tried was like my Alawi project. When I was going into NYC and I knew I was going to be making money, what I decided to dedicate all what I was making into this business. It was called Nips Co. This brand started in 2020 and it still has a soft place in my heart because I feel like this had a bigger mission to it than the previous business I'd done. So it was an wholesale beauty brand. It was focused on women that are trying to have their own beauty brand, that want to customize their own beauty brand, that want to make their own makeup product and sell. The focus at first was eyelashes. So I had several packages I used to sell. Like a package of 10 eyelashes, 20 eyelashes, 30 or 50. So if you are interested in starting your own business, you can buy those packages and customization options were available. You can customize the case of the lashes. There were paper cases, there were plastic cases, different cases. We also had 5-in-1 lashes. So there were a lot of things. I even customized a box for delivery because I'm doing wholesale. So I'm sending out 50 lashes, 30 lashes, which is a bulk order. So I decided it would be a nice idea to customize case. And fun fact, I still have some of those boxes left that I wasn't able to use when I stopped the business. So because it was a very new idea, fresh idea as always, a built a small but loyal fan base, like people that started their businesses, and whenever they sold anything, they will always come back for restock, or when they want to introduce new style, they'll always come. I was also working on requests for other products that are not lashes because I had lashes ready, but other products need more customization. If you want to do foundation, what type of foundation do you want? Matte? Do you want it dewy? What are the shades you want? Those take more customization. So those ones were just based on order. If you want to do that, we talk about it, we agree on my service charge, and we start talking with suppliers, sending you samples and all that. So that was there. But for the physical product, I had lashes, I had glue for the lashes. I had there were these eyeliner pens that those were really good. I need to get those again. So clients who were running their own business, they will come, they will buy product, they will launch their products, they will sell. Cause some I saw their pages. I was customizing their boxes for them. So then they will run sales, launch their products. When they sell, they'll come back and restock or introduce new styles. So everything was going well. I even remember sending a package to influencer. There was one particular influencer I sent package to. I need to even check her page because since I left the page, I wasn't really following her. But I sent it to her. I held a giveaway. People could win product, promoted it. If I can find the video, I'm going to put it here. But I don't know if I'm going to show her face. I'm not sure I'm going to show her face, but I will try and include whatever I find in this video. But again, why did I stop? Life happened. Priorities were shifting. I started working NYC days. I started working. It was really time consuming. When I was also serving, that's when I started my professional exams, professional courses. So I was doing a lot of schooling, work, schooling, business. It was a lot. And I had to just pull the plug. And I didn't even pull the plug intentionally. It wasn't like an intentional decision to stop. It just happened slowly. Lesser time started going into the business. I wasn't posting as much. I wasn't marketing as much. I wasn't getting new products as much. The established clients I had kept on purchasing, but at a point when there's no new product to shop, what are they buying? And what really even made the hit was one of my major clients who had a branch. Funny enough, she was also in Abuja. She relocated to the UK for her masters. So she messaged me and she was like, "Oh, she's relocating to the UK." So we're discussing on drop shipping options. Like whenever she gets an order, I could just satisfy the order for her since I'm also in Abuja. So, but of course, when she got there and reality hit her, and new life, my own life, our schedules, I think her own business to stop because she has a new life where she is now. So she focused on that. So that really had a big hit on the business. So that was one of the major reasons why everything died down, why I wasn't buying as much stock also because the clients are gone and other clients they moved on to better suppliers that were engaging, that were posting more products, that had more inventions, more new things, which is normal. So everything just died down and I was so wrapped up in what I was doing that at that time I didn't even realize the gravity of it. Now looking back, I wish I actually stuck it out because I ended up just changing since I wasn't active. Maybe I changed the name of the page, or I don't know what I did, but I don't know what I don't have access to that page anymore. I wish I had even just kept it. If I had kept it, I could come back at any time because even up to now, I still have products left. I still have a lot of those products left. I have samples of lashes. I have packaging left. So if you're interested in anything, even retail, some people will come and say they want to get samples to actually try it out. And I sold retail there. So if you're interested in having lashes, there are mink lashes, very good quality. I still use them to this day. You can message me and I'll sell them at a discount just so I can get rid of them. But I don't know if I'm going to get back into it one day. But for me, the focus and the reason I was so happy with that business and actually helping people to start their business. Because if you want to start a beauty business and you don't have so much, importation might not really be an option for you if you just want to start with 10 pieces just to test the waters. So I served as a middleman for people and it made things easier for students. If you people that are just in school that want to start their business but they don't have so much, they could just get 10 pieces, 20 pieces, 15 pieces and just try it out. And once they start selling, they just watching their growth and seeing how they were selling, having discussion about how to market their product, how to make sales. I miss that, just the feeling of empowering people to actually go after their dreams or what they want. Well, sadly, that had to go. So maybe to come back, I don't know, since I still have the boxes left. Well, let's see how it goes. So, looking back at that, I think the structure was what was lacking. Trying to find a balance between everything I was doing. That was the main issue. The next thing I tried was freelancing. This was in 2021. And I was doing this alongside with the previous business I mentioned, the wholesale business, because doing that, I started out in 2020 and doing it I got the experience. I'd been importing since I started importing the nail polishes, so I was good at importation. And doing that business, I was now good with beauty brands, discussing with suppliers, discussing with manufacturers, customizing things. And I just thought this could be a product I offer to people, even people outside the country. So I started freelancing that. I created a page where I help people that want to start their beauty brand. The whole process, deciding what products you want to sell, customizing it, getting samples, the whole nine, everything. But this one was more focused to people that were not based in Nigeria, and this wasn't based on eyelashes. So people that wanted to start their own makeup line, I already had the expertise from providing wholesale services to this to clients. So I was even doing market research. I remember I had a client from Dubai. He was a guy self. So he messaged me and and told me some products he was trying to source. I had to do the research for him where he could get it. I got him the supplier details. After I delivered that, he said I should place the order for samples for him. Then I had to be the one to look for how to deliver the products to him from China to Dubai. That was not part of my expertise. What I was doing was from China to Nigeria, from China to UK. But it was challenging, but I had to do the research and it worked out. I found a supplier, I negotiated with them, had good rapport with them. Even up to this day, they still message me on WhatsApp. He got his product and he was happy. He even left a 5-star review, I remember. I'll include it here if I can get the picture. He got his product, he left a review and said, I'll keep working with you. So the freelancing thing was going well. I had a couple of clients, different parts of the world. But for this one, the issue I had was Nigeria that was frustrating me. At that point when I started, there was a new law that came out and said PayPal in Nigeria, you cannot receive money from PayPal. You can only send money because of our reputation and because of scammers. So that was frustrating, and that was the major way to pay. That's the major way people pay for services. But when that news first came out, I really didn't pay mind to it because I was not planning on withdrawing the money early. I just kept on working and just felt like I'll find a way to do it. Maybe pay someone to use their paper or something. Then there was another payment option that was added on the site, which is Pioneer. It's a paper alternative for Nigeria. I don't know if you're familiar with it. So I opened an account with Pioneer and I tried that. But for some reason, I can't remember exactly why, but that wasn't working. I wasn't able to withdraw the money I had made when I tried. So it was really frustrating working, putting in hours of research, talking to suppliers, talking to shippers, talking to companies. It was a lot, and there's no money. I'm not getting my money. I'm seeing my money, but I'm not getting it. It was really frustrating, and with coupled with what I was juggling also, which was the exams, work, and all that, the frustration just got to me and I started losing interest in what I was doing. So I just stopped going there so actively. I stopped creating more gigs. If I go any order, if anybody messages me, I'll work on it. But what am I working for when I can't even access the money? So even now, I think there are rumors or people are saying you can't, as a Nigerian, you can't even work on the site, that they ban Nigerians. So it was just a lot and I just gave up. I honestly gave up and I left my money there. Funny enough, when I was planning this video, I downloaded the app again and I logged in to see if the money was there, and the money is still there. I could see how much I made over my years on the website, but the money wasn't available for withdrawal because they said the money was withheld for being inactive. I wasn't active, so they held that money. So I can't even withdraw the money. But I should actually message customer service about that. So now I'm going to message customer service about that, and maybe there will be a way I can get the money now. So I'm going to try that again and see. and see, because I actually want to get back into freelancing. So maybe I'll try that out and see how it goes. And of course, I'm going to update on the progress on the channel of how things go. So now lessons and what I'll do different. The truth is, every failed venture, anything you do that you fail at is really not a failure, it's a lesson. Ali Abdul says to run a successful business, you would have three failed businesses that you've
Most
tried.
people, your first 3 businesses are very likely to fail. And that is a good thing because those 3 failed businesses will teach you the skills of how to actually build a business. You learn business by creating a business and by attempting to make it work, rather than by watching loads of videos, watching loads of courses, attending business school, having a corporate job. These things, they work to some degree, but they don't really teach you the nuts and bolts of how to actually build a business.
That's what he says. And I think I've paid my dues at this point. I've had the three failed businesses. So he says you need those three failed businesses. Not that you're intentionally trying to fail, but things will just happen that you fail 3 times. And the next time you try, you would have all the expertise, you will have all the knowledge and everything you need to actually make the next one successful. So I highly believe that the next business I'm going to try, the strategy is going to be different. The structure is going to be so detailed. I'll try my best to make everything go smoothly. There will be record of all the money coming in, all the money going out. There will be no mixing of business funds with personal funds. Like, it will just be so much different because I've tried it so many times and I'm learning from my mistakes. So as much as I regret giving up at certain times and not, because if I had kept on going with any of these things, it would have grown so much better. It would have been bigger than what it is now, which is non-existent. But no regrets. If I want to start any of them again, I can do it because I have the knowledge, I have the expertise. So it's definitely going to be better. So I don't think there's any regrets with that. So some valuable things I've learned and I'm implementing in my next phase of journey that I want to share with you is number one is to be determined. Whenever you want to start anything, any business you're starting, any online venture you're starting, you just need to be determined that you'll make it work. That transferred into my YouTube channel because when stopped the freelancing in 2022, I also started my YouTube channel in June 2022. And one thing I had was being determined that this is going to work no matter what. It's working, it can do better, but it's working. But when starting my channel, I was determined that I'm going to make it work. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to put in the work. And I think that's translated to me for still going for years. The same thing is going to apply for any business, any online venture you are going into. You need to be determined. If you try something and it's not working, try something else. The mindset I didn't have when trying other things, I wasn't determined. I think I was more seeing it as a side hustle or as a way to make more money. I wasn't really determined that this has to work. I can't give up on this. This has to work. So that is one thing I'm taking into whatever I'm doing next. Alongside with that, consistency. Consistency is very important. And for those businesses, I won't even say consistency of posting every day because that wasn't realistic. Instead of giving up, even if it's posting once a month, till I had the momentum or till I had the ability to actually continue. Anything you're doing, just try to be consistent. It doesn't have to be linear. It doesn't have to be every day. It doesn't have to be every week. But show up once you can. Don't give up completely like I did. Next thing I learned was being very careful about finances. Maybe that's why I'm so into finances now. But tracking everything. If you are running any hustle, any freelancing thing you are doing, or any business you are doing, make sure you keep your finances separate. And I think now it feels like it's common sense. But then, as a student or someone just graduating, I didn't have so many accounts to separate things, and I didn't even think it was necessary. So things were not clearly defined as this versus this. But that's one thing I'm going to try and incorporate now. And another thing, which is very important, that it's fine to ask for help. When I was feeling overwhelmed or when I had a lot going, I could have asked for help. But I have this thing where I don't like to ask for help. And when it even comes to starting the business, I really don't talk to anyone about starting the business. I more so talk about it when I'm done. When it's life, that's when I start to tell people about it because in my head I'm like, I don't want to talk about it because I have a vision in my head. And there are sometimes when you have something in your head and you tell someone about it and their response is just, why did I even tell you? I try to avoid that because I know that I cannot explain the vision I have in my head to you. You are not going to get it. I'm the only one that understands what I'm going for. So I'm just fine with doing everything on my own, working on it. And when it's out there, if you find out, I'll be like, oh yeah, I started this. So I want to be better with that. I'm still going to be selective. It's just going to be few people, but people that matter, like my parents. Some business I started, it was after I started it that I actually mentioned it to them, which is weird. But that's just how I am. I'm just more of an action person and a talking person. I don't like to talk. So I think now I'm just going to learn to be more open. I think I have a problem with being open. So I'm going to try and be more open. And if I'm feeling overwhelmed or if I need help, actually asking for help, getting someone to help me instead of feeling like I have to do everything on my own. So that was a major thing I actually took out from everything I've tried. And I'm going to be implementing it in the next whatever adventure I'm on because I just have so many things I'm interested in, so many things I can do that it's crazy. It's hard to be structured or to have a path because I'm just trying so many things. But I want to talk more on my personal adventures, personal things I do to make money. I want to talk more about that on this channel and things I'm actually trying. I might not be an expert in, but since I'm trying to make money, so that's why I wanted to make this video first, which is a history of things I've actually done. So every step I made, every step I took, every mistake I made taught me something. If I want to do anything now, I'm going to do it differently. And I hope you learned a thing or two from this video. I hope you've learned something that you'll be able to apply in whatever thing you are putting in. Don't give up, be determined, be consistent, keep your finances separate, ask for help if you need help. You don't have to be a strong, independent woman, even though you still need to be. Well, thank you so much for watching. Please share your thoughts down below. What have you tried? I know there are a lot of us that are so zealous about being successful. We try so many things. Anything you think will be useful to someone, it's useful to me, useful to someone that will be reading the comments, please share them down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.